Purdue sucks. So does Michigan and Ohio State. And everyone's like, woo! And, at that time, you're like, yeah, fired up. But you don't actually think that in 2 years it's going to amount to a national championship, especially if you're at a non-football school at the time as Indiana, like, okay, yeah, I think we got the right coach. Let's hope we did. And they did. They got their guy. He turned around the program. Another exciting college football season with all the parity, the expanded playoff, the whole drama that went into Miami even just making it into the playoff because of the trickle-down effect of the Cal Bears win that they had over SMU. Like, this is why sports is awesome, and a lot of the parity, and I hope we don't get too far gone of turning this into an entirely professional sport, because this is what makes an expanded playoff exciting. And people are going to always argue whatever. But at the end of the day, we got a really, really fun and competitive national championship game. And I think the best team in football came out on top, right? 16-0. The first team in modern college football to finish a season 16-0 in the Indiana Hoosiers. And the first time national title winner since Florida in 1996. And it was back and forth game. I know. Indiana just...
Where were you in 1990?
Like 1996, I was not even 10 years old yet. So
I wasn't here.
I don't think I was caring about football
not of
yet.
this earth.
Thanks, Paul, for throwing your birth certificate out there at everybody. But Indiana, 27-21 over Miami. And it was a fun game. It was competitive.
Oh my God, dude! What a national championship treat!
I feel like check the tape. I swear, yesterday in my final thoughts, I was like, this game could either be a blowout, because I think that the spread was Indiana 7.5, and I'm like, I don't know. I was just not feeling confident about that line either way. I thought either way it's going to be an entire blowout, or it'll be close. And I feel like it would have been better to take Miami with that 7.5. And you know what? Hey, he would have been on the winning end of that.
I said Indiana by 10. And if they scored a touchdown instead of kicked a field goal on that final possession that they had, like I thought they were going to, man, you would not have heard the end of me today, man. We would have had that clip souped up, ready to go. I would have played it every moment. What a game, though. I mean, it truly, truly was a treat in every way. Miami proved themselves throughout the entire playoff that they deserved to be there.
Beck also proved himself.
Carson Beck with his, sixth game losing interception.
Made us look good in that game at how much we talk about how he's not that good. So.
Yeah.
But the Miami defense, as we've been talking about on this show.
Insane.
They were really good.
Akeem Mesidor, Ruben Bain, both absurd off the edge. They'll be first-round picks this year. They should be first-round picks this year. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, Ruben Bain going 2 overall wouldn't be totally shocking. I don't know if the Jets have, standards when it comes to arm length, wingspan, stuff like that. That's the question with Ruben Bain, is that he's got short arms, which is hilarious because... Sorry, I saw a tweet that it's going to be at least a little funny if I'm laughing before I get it out.
Yes.
I saw a tweet that said Ruben Bain has T-Rex arms. The issue, he plays like an actual T-Rex. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, is that he is a terrorizer. It does not matter his reach, whatever. He'll get into your chest. He's so fast. His first step is absurd. He was a game wrecker through multiple points last night, and multiple players on that Miami defense were. And it's funny because in the end, it was Indiana's defense that made the final play that they needed to, because Miami did have a chance to go down and win that game. And that was what I was getting at before. It's Carson Beck's 4th game losing interception in his 6 career losses at the college level, which is, by the way, a wild thought. You lose 6 times total, and it's like, he threw something on the final drive that could have helped them win. Anyway, an insane finish, a great end to a year that was like a movie in a lot of ways, not just for Indiana, but souping it all together, making a full circle in our opening conversation here for programs like Hawaii, for programs like New Mexico, or for these mid-majors who finally were like, hey, G5 football can still compete with some of these big boy teams. And Indiana is the ultimate story where they go from lovable losers of college football to, I saw somebody else say them winning is going to fix the timeline that the Cubs broke from winning back in 2016.
and they're like the upper echelon of what Hawaii could maybe be, because clearly Hawaii does not have a Mark Cuban as much as they want to. Even Mark
maybe
Cuban on the post game was like, we're not paying that much money. I was like, but you're still paying a lot more than some of the G5s can afford.
Yeah.
But I understand the premise where, and that's why it was good for college football at this time, that albeit they are part of the Big Ten, so I know the SEC is like seething because the Big Ten now has won the last 3 national championships, hence giving more so to that narrative about like, hey, the SEC is not the same powerhouse that it once was in college football. But it is a testament to what I've been kind of harping on throughout this entire season. You need a coach. You need the coach. You need coaches. And you need the support from the university to even remotely think of winning. No matter how much resources you have, Indiana, they hired the right guy in Kirk Cignetti to take over this program. I mean, the guy was a winner from the beginning. Like, you go back to some of his early on quotes in his press conferences, the famous one when he was asked, like, oh, how are you going to recruit kids, right, to a 3-9 Indiana football team? Like, how are you going to recruit the best players? And he's like, I win. Google me. And that was his statement. I saw another clip that made its rounds again where he was being introduced during like halftime of a Indiana basketball game, or maybe it wasn't. It was just they were gathered in the gym, and at midcourt he was just like he said, I've never taken a back seat to anybody, and I don't plan on starting now. And then he goes on to say like how the other Big Ten rivals suck. He's like, Purdue sucks. So does Michigan and Ohio State. And everyone's like, woo! And, at that time, you're like, yeah, fired up. But you don't actually think that in 2 years it's going to amount to a national championship, especially if you're at a non-football school at the time as Indiana. Like, okay, yeah, I think we got the right coach. Let's hope we did. And they did. They got their guy. He turned around the program. He's a older coach by the standard of some of these other guys that have started in the P4 ranks already, like when he beat Dan Lanning, right? Dan Lanning's under 40 right now. So starting his P4 head coaching tenure at 64 years young, right? Like, this is just, most coaches are starting that journey a lot earlier, but I mean, the guy, he's true. He was a winner in all of his other stops, and now he came to the P4 level and was able to turn Indiana into this winning program and just prove to a lot of these other student athletes, like, hey, and almost kind of teach lessons. Like, yeah, we're not looking to deal with agents that are only asking for the top dollar. Like, you need to come here and you need to actually be part of the mission. You want to win. And I like this breath of fresh air that they have like instilled in the world of college football that we are living in right now, including also Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback MVP or offensive MVP of the game. And we've talked about him before. Went to Cal, graduated from Cal. So he did the purest form of like transferring, where it's like, all right, I got another opportunity. Went to Indiana because of school as well. He made sure that they had a good business school for him to continue his studies. And now he's going to be the number 1 draft pick. Like, he did everything right. He doesn't have social media. He updated his LinkedIn page. Like, so this was the team. Like I said, I'm so happy that they won just for the sake of what little we have left of the purity of college football. I'm glad that they were the ones that came out on top, because it's just, again, all the storylines are storylining with Kirk Cignetti taking players that were no 5-stars on the team and just guys that, Mr. Cignetti kind of learned from me. I don't know. I got to check the tape how many times I mentioned I like when Hawaii recruits JUCO guys because they're a little older and they're more experienced. Kurt Signetti took a little bit of out of my playbook there and got the older guys. No, but in all seriousness, he did what worked, didn't go after the stars, didn't go after the highest paid players, and formed this team that they were all just part of the mission, and that is the mission to win and the buy-in to the program. And I mean, like I said, I just love what Indiana has done for this current world of college football. What little bit we can enjoy while it is still here. This was just such a breath of fresh air, and hopefully it starts to breathe more of the message. Now, I don't think like the SEC is going to try to give into that message, and they're going to still do what they do. But like I said, this happened at the best time for college football.
I would agree. It just, it's a great story. I don't think there's any other way to put it than that.
The irony of it being Indiana Hoosiers, like, because the basketball movie
Yes.
was about, like, oh, let's make this a winning Indiana State Championship basketball team.
That's how it goes. It'll make another great movie. It was a lot of really likable characters. It's a continuation of the JMU days because there are a lot of those JMU players who have just continued to develop. It's a testament to sticking with your coaching staff instead of just moving along all the time. And it's a testament to finding the right fit rather than going for, like you mentioned, the highest paid players or the highest rated stars and all of these different things. Because if you get guys who fit both culturally and on the field, all of a sudden you can do pretty special things. So it was a wonderful, wonderful way to end the college football season. I don't want to take away anything from Miami. I think they were phenomenal this year. I think they absolutely proved that Notre Dame is just a bunch of crybabies because the Hurricanes, the Canes deserve that spot very clearly. No, I don't want to get into that conversation. I'm just kidding, guys. It was fun. I was glad that we got a good game to end the year, especially after all the talk about the bracket and all the talk about how the college football playoffs get ruined by all these different things. At the end of the day, I think we got a really, really fun bowl season from start to finish.
All right, we got to take a break on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Up in the Den with Ku'ule Agbayani on the Hawai'i Sports Radio Network, 95.1 FM and AM 760.
Make some lemonade and taste those clouds away, Paul.
Amen.
It's a brand new day.
It's a brand new
and
era.
A brand new national champion in college football. For the first time since 1996. Woo! Since Florida did it in 1996. Indiana. We talked a little bit more about the game to start off the show, but I wanted to get back to that conversation because, I mean, as you can count on, when you have this type of what feels like a rare moment in sports, with Indiana being the first 16-0 team in the modern era of college football, all of that stuff, as I just mentioned, a first-time national champion since, well, first time, I don't know. Because yes, they're the first time, but they're also a first national champion since 1996, since Florida did it. Because there's been repeat national champions.
Right, I get what you mean.
Since 96.
It's the first new champion to be crowned since 1996. All of the previous ones had previously won a national championship. Hopefully people understand it from there. I think together we got there eventually.
We did. Took a little time, but it's okay. They understand what we're talking about.
I got distracted because I saw Kurt Signetti's daughter tweeted a follow-up from her now viral 2019 tweet that I think we'll get into here. So
I was seeing that. You can talk about it after, but yeah, just a few minutes left. Kind of want to end the hour with some funny tweets that I saw, or some interesting tweets as well, very informative. We talk about betting odds all the time here. So this was by BR Betting. So Indiana was 150-1 to win the CFP in the preseason. So those are the same odds as right now. Marlins to win the World Series. Nick Bonito to win Super Bowl MVP. Suns to win the NBA Finals.
I can't laugh at that. The Knicks suck right now.
Ghana to win the World Cup.
Oh.
Utah State men's college basketball to win March Madness. That just to kind of paint the picture of how much of a long shot preseason Indiana was to win the CFP national championship. Like, let that sink in, right? It was just, and nobody saw Indiana coming like we did, and everyone's talking about the same schools, and that's why we mentioned it earlier in the show, that's what makes it so awesome to talk about, is because long shot odds. Imagine the Marlins winning the World Series. I know we got a lot of baseball fans that listen to the show.
They beat my team.
But this year, not for the first time. Yes, they have.
No, it would be insane. A lot of it is insane to think about. There's a reason football people reacted the way that they did to this championship. The post that I was laughing at, I want to get this in quickly. Natalie Signetti, the daughter of Kurt, in 2019 tweeted out a screenshot of a conversation between her and Dad JMU phone. Are you happy? And he sends back a book that says, no. That's the entire text. And the background: wins first D1 playoff game, scores 66 points, improves to 12-1, and that was the result. Are you happy? No. So I guess after the win, it resurfaced, and very viral once again. And she goes, since everyone is wondering, yes. And it's a new screenshot. Dad, who is in Miami, Florida. This tweet of mine from 2019 resurfaced randomly. Everyone is wondering if you are happy now, LOL. So, ... Are you happy? And Kurt, the King Signetti. Yes, with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 of the emoji double exclamation points. The most dad text ever. And man, oh man, I just got a good kick out of that one. I couldn't be happier for Indiana fans. And Signetti is just such a likable coach in a lot of ways. Like, I love the way.
Yeah.
I love the beer. I gotta imagine.
We're gonna have a beer.
I gotta imagine the beer.
This is the best tasting beer ever.
Did you hear he said that in his post game?
Yep.
I gotta imagine that brewery is feeling pretty great for their support of Indiana football.
I mean, if I'm a beer brand, I want to find out what beer that is, because I'm hopping on that endorsement deal. Like, how much do we pay you to endorse our product and say that our beer was the first beer that you drank after winning the first college football national championship for Indiana?
Probably gonna have another one.
Get on it. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of beers. So that, yeah, I love that as well. So when I was watching the game yesterday too, when it ended, the first thing I said, because they clearly show him right when the game's done, and he was smiling, and I really pointed to the screen like the Leo DiCaprio meme. I'm like, he's smiling right after the game.
It's the
He's
same
actually
thing my
happy.
wife did. Morgan did the exact
He's
same thing.
He's actually happy, because if you guys are like not familiar with it, he's never smiling after wins, because he's always thinking of the next one. The job's not finished. The Mamba mentality, so to speak. Job's not finished, and he was for once smiling immediately after the game ended, and I love that for him. Got the Powerade bath and all of that stuff that came with it. Last thing, I know we're way past the clock, but I wanted to share one more funny thing, because this kind of brings it back to how we always want to root for our University of Hawaii here. Someone tweeted, watching the college football championship, and it pains me to think that Utah State was only 6 more regular season wins and then a conference championship win, and then 3 additional wins away from this moment. Game of inches, man. Game of inches.
I almost stole the tweet. I almost verbatim copy-pasted and put in Hawaii.
That's the University of Hawaii. Game of inches, you guys. Game of inches. Hawaii was right there.
Except Hawaii actually
votes.
was kind of right there. And maybe don't lose to San Jose State.
Yeah. It's okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back for hour number 2 on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.